My exploiter came to the flat to get my wages, and I challenged him. I didn't want to be a slave.
In January 2018, police raided the house.
And the next day at work, I broke down. And my employer asked me what was wrong.
Then Wendy found me. The police had spotted me, and she was the one that reached out.
The police raided the house, took me into custody.
And I didn't even know which part of the UK I was in.
He helped me escape. He called the police.
And I received medical attention for the injuries I received as a slave.
I still have flashbacks all the time. I've got depression, I self-harm.
So now I live in a safe house, different part of the country, trying to rebuild my life.
All I ever wanted was a better life for myself and my family.
The anxiety just never goes away.
But it's hard. Getting off drugs is hard. And I don't think I'll ever trust anyone again.
I survived, but it doesn't feel like survival.
Every woman that's been through exploitation has got their own story, but there's no doubt that the recovery process is a long and hard one.
The first thing that we would look at is their health needs. So if they've come from sexual exploitation, obviously they might need to go to the sexual health clinic for urgent checks. If they've come from slavery, they often haven't been fed properly, they've been fed on scraps, so we need to get them to the doctors to see how their overall health is. Everybody needs to go to the dentist, everybody needs to go to the opticians.
Because of the system that we have here in the UK, they have to tell their story time and time and time again. Their mind is the crime scene and they have to revisit that and relive that every time they tell their story.
When people show you pictures of people chained up and handcuffed, that's not the worst. The worst is the control of the mind. So they can literally come to us and they don't even think they're human anymore. You have to re-instill that into them. Or they can come with a fighting spirit where they don't want anybody to help them because they fear everybody and everything.
They've been told over and over again that they are worthless, they have no value, nobody will believe them. And so we help them realise that that's not true, that actually they are so valuable.
We label victims as victims and we see them as victims and we forget that they were people with dreams, with families, with favourite ice creams, with aspirations.
I don't know if anybody fully recovers, but I think what they do is they learn to live a different life, they learn to be independent, and with the right therapy and help, the trauma comes back less.
So it's about working with them as equals to make them realise that they have choices, that they are important, that they have value and worth.
Your life for the women becomes full of different things to do, so they'll go on to better education, they'll go on to work, they'll go on to have other families. So the trauma will become less and they will learn how to deal with it when it comes.
Many workers come over to this country for a better life. They did not come over to meet criminals that were willing to exploit them. Once you have got them out of that exploitation and see them transform from a victim to a survivor and no longer be defined by those dark, horrible days that they faced, is tremendous.
If you want to help end modern slavery and human trafficking, then you can absolutely do your bit. Make sure that you've got the right apps on your phone so that when you're out and about and something feels suspicious or not right, or you're worried for somebody, you can contact the right people really quickly. It won't take that much time out of your day and there's no comeback on you if it's wrong.
Support organisations locally that are providing services. Sometimes it's about volunteers. You know, all of the people who come in, many of our activities are run by volunteers, and then also helping to ask the questions of politicians.
We've got to learn to care for each other and be neighbours again. There's no other way it will be detected, which is why it's such a profitable crime and a very low risk crime because nobody's reporting it. It's about loving your neighbour, caring for your brother and sister. We don't have to make a judgment. The authorities will make a judgment. It may be a perfectly legal operation. But unless we ask the question, there are highly organised, international, criminal gangs making a bomb out of abusing and exploiting human beings.